Finally, I have a sure shot, foolproof, cocksure formula for enduring world peace. The goal of establishing enduring world peace has proved pretty evasive over a long period of time. Philosophers, thinkers, political strategists, diplomats, world leaders, even dictators have been trying over the centuries to establish world peace on enduring foundations. It used to be called perpetual peace. I think I have found the formula that would finally help us establish world peace forever. If people are willing to accept my simple and single suggestion, this world will know enduring peace, and that forever. Surely this is worth a thought, isn't it? So let's consider what it is. Now, the clue to my idea of peace is derived from Donald Trump. Who else? After all, who is the current brain of humanity? It's our friend Donald J. Trump. So let me borrow my insight, the seminal thought from none other than the President of the United States of America. Trump thinks and believes ardently also that all the problems between America and Canada can be solved by simply adopting a simple idea, and that is, let Canada become the 51st state of the United States, and all problems will come to an end. And he's absolutely right. There will be no tension between America and Canada if Canada ceases to exist. Who can ever question that logic? Whether Canadians are agreeable or not is a different matter. But logically, if there are two countries between whom there is tension, that tension will certainly evaporate if one of the countries ceases to exist. And the best way for that country to cease to exist is by getting incorporated into the other country. So now there is perpetual peace between America and Canada. Well, not yet, because the Canadians are dragging their feet in implementing Donald Trump's brilliant idea. For some very strange reason, they don't find the idea as brilliant as Donald Trump thinks it is. But let's take that profound idea, an idea that can occur to only rare geniuses in the history of humanity. Now let's apply that idea to the pursuit of world peace on an enduring foundation. Now, we are considering this idea in the wake of the Alaska summit. So obviously we have to take that into account. Two great leaders of the world, both Democrats, both totally committed to peace, both having compassionate hearts towards everyone in the world. If they have nothing better to do, they came together and they did their very best to improvise peace between Russia and Ukraine. For some very mysterious reason, which is not revealed, their effort just stopped short of complete success. So there is no truce as yet, and God alone knows when the truce will come. So let's combine Canada and the Ukraine issue, plus also Trump's idea as to how to settle the long festering wound called Gaza and other troublesome spots of the world. Trump thinks that if all these troubled spots on the globe can be brought under American rule, American control, or brought within American ownership, there'll be peace in the world. I think he's absolutely right. So the problem here is that Putin seems to be a very hard customer. Therefore, if I suggest that Russia be incorporated into America and that will bring about world peace, that will be a non-starter, because by now it is amply clear to everyone that Putin is a very, very smart, shrewd, difficult customer. He's very clear in his thinking, he's chisel sharp, he plays the long game, and he knows how to deal with every leader on his or her merit. Particularly, he knows how to tap along Trump, and Trump himself is aware of the fact that Putin is tapping him along. At the same time, Putin has the tact to keep Trump under his, shall I say, mesh of flattery and deception and all the rest of it. The typical Putin mix. In Malayalam language, it's called Avial. So the possibility of Russia being incorporated into America, just as Canada is going to be amalgamated into America, that wouldn't gain any traction. The only likely outcome, and this will certainly be the final solution, let America be incorporated into the Russian Federation. And if you give 2-3 months to Putin, he will reconquer all the erstwhile regions of the all the regions of the erstwhile Soviet Union. So you'll have the pre-1991 USSR, into which America can be amalgamated. By then, Canada would have been already amalgamated into America. And with that, many other countries will volunteer themselves to be amalgamated into Russia. So with that, you can see that all the problems all over the world will disappear. The only remaining pocket of resistance will be China. Because unfortunately, the Chinese are a very fiercely self-respecting people. They have a sense of national identity and they value their national genius and their capacity to produce, their genius for innovation, their national dynamism, their sense of belonging together, their sense of pride, so on and so forth. So once Canada is amalgamated into Russia, into America, and Canada and America are together amalgamated into Russia. These are the 3 largest countries in the world, right? And all other countries form part of this Russia-dominated new geopolitical entity. The only other bloc that would remain is China and its satellites. I don't know if India will be a satellite of China like Pakistan. India will be in a dilemma, but that's a minor issue compared to the big issues that we are discussing. Very likely, India, because of India's particular affection for Russia and America, will choose to go with Russia and America once America gets incorporated into or amalgamated into Russia. So then finally the competition will be between the new Russia, of which America, Canada, etc., are all parts, and China. You can trust Putin to win the final battle against China. So ultimately, the world will be left only with Putin and the one unending Russian empire. Glory be to Russia. And that will end all wars, all conflicts, and enduring global peace will become a reality. And all these frequent wars and bloodletting and destruction and the huge atmospheric pollution that wars cause, about which nobody talks for some very strange reason, all that will disappear. They'll become mere memories, and those memories also will fade. And humanity will live in a state of perpetual and enduring peace for the rest of history. So what do you think about my idea? But I have to give credits where they are due. The seminal idea for this profound and sure shot project of world peace has been borrowed from none other than Donald J. Trump. This idea of ending the tensions between America and Canada by amalgamating Canada into America so that there is no tension between the two neighboring countries. So that's a seminal idea. And therefore, if you recommend my name for Nobel Peace Prize, I would say please don't do so. Please recommend Donald J. Trump for the award of the Nobel Peace Prize for 2026, because after all, the seminal idea for my scheme for world peace owes its origin to the fertile, even if somewhat infantile idea that Trump has. So I cannot take any credit for it. I'm only merely expanding the framework of the Trumpian thought to embrace the rest of the globe so that the world can live in peace. So please recommend Donald J. Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize 2026. I intend to do that anyway, because now that he has established peace between Russia and Ukraine by just waving his magic wand, he will emerge certainly as the greatest peacemaker, well, deal maker, really, not peacemaker, deal maker history has ever seen. Well, actually, to be more accurate, the Nobel Committee must think of instituting a new Nobel Prize, a Nobel Prize for deal making. And there certainly there'll be no competitor to Donald Trump. When it comes to peacemaking, it looks somewhat fuzzy. But if there is a new award instituted by the Nobel Foundation, the Nobel Prize for deal making, our friend Trump will certainly qualify, and none else can qualify. So let him get that Peace Prize. Let's now think of, let him get that Nobel Prize. Let's now think of recommending Putin for the Nobel Peace Prize, because after all, if finally the world is to be at peace, then Putin has to be in complete control of the entire globe, because that is his idea of peace. So long as everybody else lives according to his whims and fancies, they can all live in peace. He says he wants peace in Ukraine, but Ukraine has to be exactly as as Putin imagines, whether Ukrainian territorial sovereignty is to be respected, whether Ukraine should have the freedom to choose this path or that, this kind of governance model or that, whether Ukraine should have friends in Europe or not. All this Putin will decide. So if the same logic is extended to the rest of the world, surely there will be peace. We have to accept, after all, you get nothing for nothing. If you want to live in peace, you have to accept the price. And as of today, as Trump also will agree, the price that all of us have to pay in order to live in peace is to accept the will of Putin without any hesitation or resistance. So if you care for peace at all, this is what you have to do. And insofar as Putin, under these conditions, will guarantee world peace, the only person who really deserves the Nobel Prize for Peace for 2026 is Vladimir Putin. And therefore, it makes sense for us to recommend him for this particular award. So 2 awards. The first award is to be newly created, Nobel Prize for Deal Making. That will go to Donald Trump. And Nobel Prize for Peacemaking, that will go to Putin. I don't know where that will leave my Prime Minister Narendra Modi or Xi Jinping of China. We'll have to find some way of accommodating their own unique, incomparable geniuses. But as of now, it's pretty clear that the world will be allowed to live in peace only if Putin's will is accepted as the global order and everyone falls in line. And fortunately for us, Donald Trump is very happy to do so. I was looking at the way Donald Trump was bending backwards to please Putin, because after all, nobody understands Putin better than Trump does. Trump knows that Putin is pure genius. And the good thing about Trump is that he can recognize his genius and he will not allow his ego to stand in the way of bending before a pure genius like Putin. That is actually Donald Trump's greatness. So I was astonished. I was astonished at the way Donald Trump got carried away by the mere presence of Putin. It was so sincere, it was so striking, and it was so inspiring. So there it is. If anyone has the basic sense to follow my suggestion to establish our world on a sure foundation for enduring peace, it is this. I do not want to repeat the details. So let Putin be the fountainhead of world peace. Thank you. All the very best.